pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know, 445.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
Is it happening now?
I believe it is.
Okay. All right.
And we're back, guys. And
That's
no,
not the way we
that's not how we
start.
started. Yeah. Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is the real episode 253 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast. Oh, the return of the metal fingers.
The metal fingers. That's what they call me. I am a very crappy James Bond villain. They call me metal finger.
Nice.
They had to take me out. They had to edit me out because whenever they would call me, it sounded like someone was calling for the middle finger. So they got to. They act my
accents. Yeah, too many accents, and they're like, "What? What are they saying?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was me. I don't know how to pronounce it because.
So you were saying metal finger, but they were going middle finger.
Middle finger. It happens. It happens all the time. Whenever I can't say a sheet of paper. A sheet of paper sounds completely wrong on the other side of the conversation. So I can't.
think you said it fine to me. I'm just saying. I mean, I think you nailed it right there.
I need a sheet of paper to rub my ass.
That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister, aka Metal Finger. What is up, sir?
How do you do, middle finger? Yes, exactly. That's who I am. The middle finger of this joint. Actually,
Okay,
no.
yeah.
To have a middle, we will need the other at least
We
two
need someone there,
fingers.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
need to
that's
be
true.
there. We need chaos there. We need the chaos. I'm telling
We
you.
do need the chaos. We do need the chaos. And,
Without
and
chaos, we're just a deuce.
yeah.
Yeah.
A deuce and a brownie bowl. That's what we are.
Well, then we already started this podcast very classy. So. Let me write it on my shit of paper.
I mean, if we're already leaning there, you know what I mean? Just we'll swerve that way. Oh man. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time listening to the show, first off, please go to goodgame.rocks. Join the conversation there. It takes you right to our Facebook group. And, of course, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. What we normally do, guys, first is we go into what we have been up to, move on into various news items, and then we finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic, favorite battle themes. Yeah.
I'm not going to sing it. This was going to be a fun one. This was just going to be a relaxed one.
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to make it like I didn't tell you what the rules of engagements were for this one.
Yes.
I was trying to not include like boss like the major boss fights or final battle boss fights.
Okay. Just to
but
the battle.
yeah, just like standard, just the standard battle, because in games you usually it happens mostly on RPGs, but we don't have to limit it to RPGs.
Mhm. Good, because I didn't.
That's great. That's what I wanted. But the music is part of what gets you pumped when you go into battle, right?
Mhm.
And it's usually those themes that are memorable. Most of them, I'll be honest with you, even though I say it's we're not gonna keep it limited to RPGs, but RPGs tend to do this a lot, obviously, because you get into the repetitive encounters, and they usually go in with the theme song, whatever it is. And I don't know. I thought it's kind of like it's part of gaming in general. Like, I thought it was worth talking about and celebrate. Probably just listening even
Yeah.
probably gonna
Try
be
to get a couple of good audio sound bites up here so we can kind of get a little snippet.
yeah.
Obviously, we'll try to keep it to a minimum so that we don't suddenly get shut down on YouTube.
Oh, we're gonna get the NCA, but that's okay because we don't monetize, so who
True.
cares? And if the worst
That
comes
is
to worst, we're gonna make so many that we're gonna do the Jim Sterling gridlock, the copyright gridlock, where they're all gonna be, all the companies are gonna be claiming the video, and nobody will be able to do anything with it, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because
Sounds
Jim Sterling-
sounds like a plan. I can't actually wait for the gridlock.
the Jim Sterling gridlock. YouTube that, the Jim Sterling gridlock. It was a fantastic way for him to screw up with YouTube's
Algorithm?
DMCA takedowns,
Yeah,
and yeah. It was fun. Of course, it works for him because he doesn't monetize his videos with ads because he has like Patreon.
hmm Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and start with what we have been up to, sir.
All right.
What have you been doing? Tell
Well-
me that you have finished. For the love of Christ, that you have finished.
All right.
Go
Let
to
me
Shima.
let me
I'm
have
guessing this is not even a thing. I'm already letting myself down.
All right, I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let me open up with a non-gaming related what I've been up to.
Okay.
So I say no gaming related because I was actually gonna tell you about this dream I had that right before we're gonna open the podcast. So this morning I had a very weird dream, and I kind of wanted to go back to it because I needed to know where he stood. Let me preface.
I'm a little scared now, sir. I'm just saying. I'm just a little scared.
There are reasons, but it's gonna get it's not gonna go where it might actually look like it's gonna. There's a plot twist after all. So. And in the land of dreams, there's no rules about. So evidently in this dream, I was not married. So whatever actions it takes, they are outside the realm of reality. So of course, because they're a dream. So it all started where I was taking my car to a car wash, but it was a very particular car wash.
Mhm.
In this car wash, there were some ladies washing the
like a
cars by
bikini
hand.
car wash. Okay.
Yes, exactly, exactly. It was one of those. It was one of those, and I don't recall ever being in one of those. Shut up. And I remember being excited about taking my car to whatever. I was driving some sort of sports car. I can't tell you for the life of me what it was, but I remember that it was not my my freaking SUV. I was kind of proud that I had that car, and I noticed that as the ladies start watching the car, my car, cleaning the car, and they start getting into the very sensual poses directed right at me. And I was thinking like, okay, well, obviously this is all part of the whole spiel,
show.
of the
Yeah.
show,
What you're
because
paying for, yeah.
that's what exactly. They're just looking for tips, and of course I'm gonna definitely comply. And but then I start noticing that they're approaching me as the other one. There's many, and they're like watching the cars. Some of them are starting approaching me and talking to me and being like all like super extra friendly, and they're starting like touching, like being like extra touchy feely, like in a way that it started to make me like nervous. I would say, I was like, okay, oh god, what kind of car wash have I gotten into? I mean, like, is this like illegal or some shit? Like, what's going on here? Remember, I'm not thinking this is a dream, because usually when you're not lucid like that. I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm in trouble, whatever. But at the same time, I'm fucking enjoying the moment because I'm getting all these attentions, and it gets more serious and more serious. And I remember I I remember as they started like kissing me on the cheek and getting close to the mouth and whatever. I sort of blacked out. I went into a complete numbness and completely fade to black. I don't remember anything else except when I wake up. Here's the thing. When I wake up, I am my hands are tied and I'm walking. They're making me walk towards some section, towards some area, and it's like a tunnel. Everything is dark and dank and moisty and kind of like war torn almost. And it's this group of like heavy clad soldiers that are walking right next to me, and it's taking me, and I'm like thinking like, what the fuck, am I a prisoner here? Like, what's going on? And they throw me in this room.
The bikini girls gotcha.
Yes. Yes. Evidently it was some sort of like arrangement or something like that, and they must have like tricked me or put something into like the whatever, but I was captured. I was trapped, and I was thrown into this cell along with some other guys, and the guys were like, oh shit, here's another one, and I'm thinking like, shit, what are they gonna do with us? Who are these who are these people? Like, who are these guys? And in comes like a sergeant, and I'm trying to keep it quick because I don't remember a lot of the details. This was this morning, and you tend to forget. But this sergeant just comes in. He was not U.S. Armed Forces or anything like that. It was some made up country from like a video game, like a Stakovia or something like that. Honestly, I think it was a name like that. It was like a Stakovia or some place like that.
Some sort of Eastern European country.
Yes. And they were in the middle of fight, and they were looking for recruits. And they were actually not looking for recruits. Sorry, they were conscripting, people. They were taking them from all parts of the world, and they were conscripting them. And it's not like we had any special powers or anything like that. Anything I could bring,
anything of use in a war.
What I do remember knowing that everybody else was scared. Everybody was like, freaking out because they took us to this area outside the cave, and you can hear like there was a conflict happening, and he made one of the guys like just stand up in front, no weapons or anything, and immediately a bullet hits him and kills him right there on an instant. So evidently the area was hot already. So my only thought was like, okay, well, I can't, obviously I'm in this already. There's nothing I could do. I'm gonna have to fight. I don't know what group I'm representing. I don't know if I'm the good guys or the bad guys or whatever it is. I just have to fight, And I remember just that was a demo. That was a demonstration, basically. Getting the other guy to get killed like in the middle of outside the cave was just to show us how bad things were and to get us prepared. And a lot of people were like, some guys were crying, some guys were like, freaked out. Some other ones were like ready. And I wanted to be on that part. I wanted to be like, well, let's do it. And I remember then my video gaming this is gonna go somewhere. My video gaming training. And when they give me a weapon and they started throwing me through what will be the tutorial zone or the tutorial area, but I started like shooting shit, I was acing it. I was doing really well. I was impressing the people so enough they will not kill me. Because that's the thing. If I wasn't good for them, they were just gonna straight out kill me. And I remember a general there being very proud of me, that he saw a very like a good future for me, and I started feeling proud. Suddenly, like I didn't care that I was a capture or anything like that. I felt like I was part of the team, like I could bring actually something, like I had a missing talent, and I started really feeling good, and they told me, well, the commander's gonna want to speak to you. And I'm like, okay, right away, sir. I went to my bunker because evidently I already knew where my bunker was to take a shower, and then I get a notification over the comms, like, David, what are you doing? The commander's waiting. The commander's waiting for you. I'm like, well, I just came to take a shower because I was in the middle of the training. It's like, no, you don't make the commander wait. He's got to come in now. He's already singing.
Baño, coño.
I wanted to take a shower because I was there. He was like already like talking about the new recruits and singing my praises. In particular, I can hear my name over the comms, so I was proud already. But I wanted to be presentable. So okay, I guess I get out of the shower, just like have whatever. So and I get some clothes and I get out of the base and the base is huge. There's one problem. I just got to this base. I have no idea what shit is. And now the commander is supposedly waiting for me, waiting for this extra, a special soldier that came in that he has all this talent and shit. He can't even figure out where shit is, the direction. So I'm lost and I'm freaking out because now he's starting to lose patience. They're contacting me like, dude, where are you at? The commander's waiting for you. He's gotta get impatient, and I can hear you. I can hear the voice of the commander over, like, calling me. It's like, David Santos, this is the last chance. Report to this. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm freaking out because I don't know where to go. And everybody that I ask just gives me like a bullshit answer that is like nonsense. And the last thing I hear is like, forget it, son. You've already disappointed us enough. Guards, we have a deserter. Capture this, whatever. I'm like, no, this is my chance to shine. I wanted to be good for this special force. And I remember being so disappointed. Like, of course, my stupidness with not knowing directions is what's gonna get me out of a nice gig or whatever. That I wake up. I woke up at that moment in reality, and I'm like, no, I don't want to wake up. I need to go back to sleep. I want to know what my captors wanted from me. I want to know my mission, because evidently I had a special mission that only I could do. And of course, I missed my chance. I blew my chance. And anyway, it was a stupid dream. So that's
pretty detailed right there, dude. I wish I don't ever remember my dreams.
I don't either. I don't either. Honestly, I made it a thing of making sure that the details were fresh in my mind, and of course, I must have missed a lot of things because, you always forget something, but everything was very poignant, like the bikini ladies, for example. That was that was a very interesting part.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be the memorable one.
The guy getting shot when he got thrown outside the cave, because that the war zone, and somehow they're picking me as some sort of like example, exemplary, soldier or whatever. And it was kind of ridiculous. Anyway, what have I been doing?
outside of dreams of grandeur.
outside of lending my my arm and my strength to the Slovakian forces. I actually got I did not finish what's it called? Ghost of Tsushima.
Dear Lord.
I have not. I mean, I'm getting close. I want to say maybe maybe not, because like the 1/3 of that map is still like covered in the fog of war. I just got to season 3. I was gonna say, I just got to the 3rd act.
Act 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can tell you, however, that because I told you last week, it's like, man, I don't know, man. I'm starting to get bored. None of these stories are actually moving the needle for me. But you start that act of, you start Act 3, and you go into like what's happening there, and I mean, things catch up. You know, it's a things. You're back in it. You're like on it. And obviously, I'm not gonna spoil anything. All I have to say that it is actually exciting. It's actually a very interesting moment, and and I feel like the game has a lot of those. A lot of those moments. They're just so separated between. They're separated apart from like the mundane stuff that you have to do. That you can't they kind of like fall to the wayside, but I do remember enjoying what happens and a few missions after, but that's where I stopped playing. That was actually just Monday or Sunday and Monday, because evidently Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my Division 2 days. That's actually when I get with Chaos Reaper and Dark Necromancer, and I play the Division 2, which
The real Division 2.
the real Division. Oh yeah. Because I finally hit level 40, and then I finished the expansion, and evidently that's where the real game starts. And it's always funny because it's always funny to say that, because it's not like it's not like you're not having fun while you're playing, the story or whatever. Though the story is kind of nonsensical, and I really hope they address some of that on the next division if they ever make a third one, because the story here is like the most whatever thing that you can imagine. I feel like usually a lot of Ubisoft games, like I find myself enjoying a lot of Ubisoft games, believe it or not, even when I criticize them and all that. Like they have the formula that I particularly enjoy playing, but they rarely bring it home in the story. It's usually, and it's because they don't want to take any risk. They don't want to alienate.
Vanilla. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. They don't want to alienate any groups whatsoever. So all their stories are very, very vanilla. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And but aside from that, because I'm playing with these guys, and like we're not listening to. I mean, yes, we might say, hey, cutscene, and everybody's quiet, and you watch it, but honestly, it's mostly at this point, it's just out of like, okay, maybe respect.
Just to fill in some blanks.
Yeah. Because I've been that game before already on PC, and I already know what's going on. And believe me, the story is not the reason you play that game. So, but I've been having an incredible amount of fun with it, because it's a different. Once you get to do the end game on that, the end game is. It's like the Destiny endgame in the sense that you're not focusing on the stuff that you were doing to get to your level cap. Now you're doing stuff that it feels different, and it feels like a real challenge, and it feels really good to achieve them. Like I was doing the summit, which is basically a randomized skyscraper that is 100 floors, and you go floor by floor, killing enemies, and and gathering loot and all that. And that sounds like incredibly boring, but when you're playing with a group, and each battle is so intense, it gets exciting. I'm halfway through the skyscraper, the summit already. I'm at level 53. Of 100 floors, and like I have my gear sets and all, and I never thought that I would be someone speaking on those terms, like exotics and gear, and looking for specific gear, and looking specific way of min-maxing my character, and taking every little detail account into consideration. How to build my specific build for the role that I'm trying to play as, in a way that will benefit my team, and my team in this case is the people that I played the most with. So like Chaos, for example, he'll be the healer, and sometimes he'll be just fine not firing a single bullet, on the floor. He's just throwing those heals, making sure that we're alive, and Dark is kind of like a technical, like a support level, and then he is training me because I'm the rookie in training day to be like a, I guess, like a very aggressive DPS where I go with my shield and I get straight to the face of the enemy and I blast them. And I never liked playing with the shield or anything like that. And I just started because he's telling me, no, man, this is what you want to do. And he's absolutely right. This is actually end up being what I want to do. It's like, man, this is so cool. It's like a completely different way of playing this game that I played that I've gotten used to playing before. I mostly went and compared to the PC version where I mostly solo that game.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much solo that game, and that game is, I mean, obviously soloable, and obviously you can do a lot, but you can accomplish so much more when you're playing with your buddies. It's unfortunately one of those. Whether you feel like you have to join a clan or whether you have a group that is consistently playing. Like I said, Chaos and Dark have been playing consistently for the last 3 weeks, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and that's the only way that I've been able to get my character that we all started playing. Remember that we picked and you made your character and Chaos did his, and that now that's my main character now, because that's the most powerful character that I have of my of even compared to my character on PC. Why? Because I am collecting a shit ton of loot with these guys. They are super efficient in their game, and it's just it becomes a fun strategy. It's like, okay, I understand the people that play Destiny as a career. They don't mind playing anything but that, because like I said, I go to Tsushima in a very good spot that I can continue. But that yesterday, when I had a chance, when I have a little bit of time that I could have put maybe like 2 hours on it, I was like, let me go to the division and just like clean away some of the stuff that I have. I'm not even gonna do anything special. I'm just gonna like collect the stuff that I can do in single player, that I can just do by myself in single player, and get my character prepped up. And dude, it's something else. I'm telling you, it is something else.
Cool.
I'm excited that the news came out already. Even though I will imagine that a lot of division players might not care for that much, but it's the fact that they are going to like up to the time where new content comes, would they expect it to be late this year? If that, they're going to redo the seasons that they have done before, and for me that works, because like I jumped into, what season is this? Season 4 now.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's I jumped in the middle of season 4. Oh, and by the way, you have to buy those fucking seasons. You actually, this is something that's how they get you. That's how they get you. At this point, I'm like, when I'm fucking enjoying this game a hell of a lot. I never had any thoughts that this was a free to play game. Yes, I grabbed the free version that Sony gave me on one of their PSN drops, but this is a game that I'm enjoying a lot. So sure, I think I ended up spending, I don't remember if it was $5 or $10, something like that. And yeah, that's how they make that's how they make
it. It's worth it if you're getting your money's worth and your enjoyment out of it. Then
yeah,
if it was more, it would still be worth it. So
yeah. It doesn't seem, it's not like they don't give you shit. They definitely put make an effort to make what you get from it very interesting, and without screwing up the people that don't jump into it. If you want to play the Division 2 without going into the seasons, or you don't care about that, you don't have to. It's not like you have to do it to remain competitive. It's almost like just some extras, some nice extras that you can get out of it. And because you're already enjoying the the treadmill, because let's face it, that's all it is. I already beat the game. I already have, like, you will think, well,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no one
exactly.
reason to keep playing, but somehow I'm still enjoying it. That's what it is. That's where you go next. That's where you go next.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, and I wanted to play again. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to report on it. I bought Project Wingman, and I'm gonna try to play this week so that I can give you an idea what it is. Because for those who don't know, Project Wingman, it's a PC game. It's actually, like, people want to call it a spiritual successor to Ace Combat, to the Ace Combat series. I don't know if you could call it successor because it's not like that game is not from Namco. That game's from like an indie developer.
Mhm.
Um, I don't have the thing that shows who the developer is, but yeah, I don't have it.
I
Anyway,
can get it for you
but
here.
it is trying to be that.
Sector D2 is the
That's what they call. Okay, all right, cool.
yeah.
So it is a jet dogfighting game in a fictional land. It's not like real Earth or anything like that. It's alluding to that, but it's not, obviously it's a fantasy. It's a fake land, and just like a lot of the Ace Combat games are, which is cool. I do like that. I do like when they take those, when they make those fictional sections like Slovakia.
Liberties, yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly you do like it.
Yes, yes. And when you're playing, it's supposed to be that level of arcadiness. Is not meant to be like a jet fighter simulator or anything like that. Even though you would think, oh, it's on PC, it's probably they're vying for that, but no, not at all. It's meant to be very very Ace Combat. And if you look at gameplay of it, you will definitely get Ace Combat vibes. Like, this could have been Ace Combat 8 or something like that. Um, Obviously a little bit more scaled down because it's a smaller team and stuff like that. But I heard very good things about it. I've heard that it has VR support, even though I don't have VR to test it. But and that you could actually play the with the joystick that I have, the HOTAS. Thank you.
The flight stick, yeah, the flight
yeah.
stick, yeah.
Yeah, with the flight stick, and it supports the resolutions of PC and all that. So I was really looking forward playing that before we actually started the podcast, but I got called for something else, and I just had it like at the title screen. It's like, oh man. But I'll report more on that next week, hopefully.
Cool.
As far as what have I watched, I don't really remember. I know that I watched something.
Wow.
I do remember I did watch something. Fuck, what the hell was? I watched a movie that I
know you said you were
Oh!
watching something that you hated.
Yeah,
Something
no,
that you
so there was I don't even remember what the name of this crap was. But I couldn't finish watching it. Like, I literally walked out in the middle of it. It was so bad and forgettable. And later on, maybe I'll remember the name and tell you. But I watched a movie called Love and Monsters.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes. So it was my wife's pick, and we just wanted to watch something dumb. It was honestly really really dumb. I feel like this movie first of all, it takes place in sort of a post-apocalyptic Earth. It happened after an asteroid was about to hit the planet, and we send we obviously send a bunch of rockets to destroy it, and we were successful in destroying it. But unfortunately, the the chemicals of the rockets, I guess, fell down to Earth and it started mutating started mutating the fauna and transforming little simple like insects and and animals into like this grotesque looking monsters. And by grotesque, I mean like kind of like silly and stupid. There's nothing. This is not a horror movie. Obviously, by the name, you can almost tell this is not any type of like super action oriented like mega movie. This almost gave me vibes of Zombieland. But
Okay.
without the high quality acting and actors, there was no Woody
Wow.
Allen on it, but you can bet your ass that there was definitely a character that wanted to be a Woody Allen. And the moment you saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, that's Woody Allen!" No, he's not. It's the camera
Woody
play.
Harrelson. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrison. Sorry, Woody Harrison. Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Woody Harrison. You're like, "Oh shit, that's him." Oh no, wait, it's not him. And there's also, they have to have the spunky little girl. They just talking about this miniature, like 8 or 9-year-old, 10-year-old that she's like a total badass because, of course, they need to have one of those also on those type of movies. And you're playing the dumpy, kind of like scary. Or not scary, but a scaredy cat, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
Not totally non-hero. That throughout his journey, he learns to take care of himself almost barely because he almost dies a bunch of times. It's a very it's a PG-13. It was a dumb thing, but it was entertaining. It's not a movie that I'm gonna tell anyone to just jump out and watch. It just felt like the thing to watch at the moment. Like we were both
A little
kinda
mindless
tired.
adventure, yeah.
It was it was a very mindless adventure. Yeah, because like at one point there were like I think there was a robot in it or something. I don't want to spoil too much or anything like that, but it was like you could tell not like a cyborg or anything like that, but more like if Alexa was a robot, basically. It's kind of like something like that.
Who?
Alexa. I don't want to say it loud.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Alexa.
That may
Oh,
still
see?
trigger it. So yeah.
It did. It totally did. So yeah, Love Monsters, dumb movie. The most I can say is that I think I want to say the little girl got the little girl actress that got casted recently for what was she's gonna play Tiny Tina in the next Borderlands movie. So
Okay.
and if you have ever played Borderlands, you know that Tiny Tina, you either love that character or you fucking hate that character so much. I don't know. I think fine. They gave it to her. That's fine, I guess. I mean, at this point, what is the Borderlands movie? I want to watch it. Obviously, 100%. I'm gonna be there because it looks like it's gonna be crazy.
I don't know. I want to
It could
see
be-
I need to see a little bit more before I make that.
Yeah.
Before I make
Right.
that choice.
True. I mean, no, you know what? I hear you. Remember, you're selective on your movies, but I just watched fucking Love and Monsters, so you could tell that I don't care. Movies are not like a high standard thing that I need to like keep on. No, I just want to put whatever if I feel like it, and if that whatever is the biggest trash, I will watch the biggest trash just to keep myself entertained and whatever. So Borderlands, I can tell you that even if it's a horrible movie, I want to know what they did with it. I need to see what they do with it because, like, I mean, I like the games. I like the games and and so far the casting is going in a way where most people will disagree with it, but or some people will disagree with it, but I think they're trying to stay true to the formula of it. So I'm interested in seeing
Okay.
what they do with that. But yeah, I'm not expecting. No, it's not gonna be Mad Max or anything like that. Sorry. This is probably gonna end up being another Love and Monsters
With the Borderlands name.
with the Borderlands. Yeah.
gotcha.
Which, by the way, I will score it at 2.5. You know, it's in a scale that is
I don't have the scale up, dude. Okay, so that's actually kind of generous if I remember correctly. Let me look at it 'cause I have it in.
Because I can't say, I'm not gonna say that it was garbage and that I got. I was entertained. I was entertained for what it was, and maybe that's what it is. My expectations were already on the floor because
Mhm.
what it was, and like I was fine with it. I was fine with the story and with everything they gave me. It had its moments and whatever, but yeah, it's not it's not a it's not a movie theater movie. It's more of a rent or direct to video kind of movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I put it? Dear Lord.
Oh,
Um,
you're looking for the
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I can't even find the stupid thing now. Oh God.
All right. And while you look for that, I'm gonna try to look for the name of the crappy movie that everybody should avoid because it was like taking care of me or
Oh, the one
I
that
care.
the one that said was no good.
I
Oh,
yeah,
I care.
I care. What's it?
I
Yeah,
care a lot. Is that on Netflix
I care a lot. Yeah.
with Tyrion?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Fuck that movie. That no. I could only stomach up to the middle of it before I was like, no man, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. It's like, no. I hate all this. Everybody here, I hate. Even Tyrion. I was like, no man, no. I care a lot. I didn't care anything for it. I did not care not even a little bit for it. There you go.
Wow.
High recommendation. I know you're gonna watch it, and you tell me that it was a great movie.
Oh,
I'm-
no, what is that supposed to? I mean, I may do it on purpose to upset you a
No,
little.
no, because you're not gonna take you're not gonna take a recommendation or a bad thing. Like you should not. When I give scores to movie, this is just for myself. All right, and if I give a recommendation, keep in mind that it also comes with, hey, do I like this guy? Do I like the stuff that he likes? Probably not. So I'm probably not gonna listen to him. That's fine. So if I tell you, hey man, avoid this, you probably watch it and be like, why? This is great. This is why you think that Lost in Translation is crap, and you think that, and actually I don't think it's one of the classics, So yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
So
saying
2.5 is
2.5 is what?
no 2.5 is mediocre.
It's They see that's not yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Even though I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than that, but my heart cannot give that movie a 3. It'll be maybe a 3. It could have.
A 3 is good.
It
Do
could
you
have.
think it's good?
Nah, it's mediocre. It's mediocre.
Okay.
It's very. What was it? That's
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. You go. And Carola, I
Mediocre,
care
yeah.
a lot. I give it a negative because I didn't care. At all.
Not even a 1.
Not even.
I'm
I'm not even gonna review it.
Well, anyway, I might as well start with what I've been watching. So we're kind of talking about that now. I did watch a movie recently. This was one of my picks. And it was called Palm Springs, and it stars
Oh, you got cut
Andy
off, son.
Samberg, Christina Milioti.
You got cut off. What's the name of it again?
Oh, it's called Palm Springs.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Palm Springs, and it stars Andy Samberg, Kristen Milioti, and basically it is a take on the Groundhog Day scenario where you wake up every morning and everything's repeating itself.
Oh,
Essentially.
okay.
But it's actually kind of good. It's actually it has a little different take on it. Not what is it, the time loop, yeah, whatever they call that, a time loop.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a time loop, and so it has a different take on it. We enjoyed it. My wife and I watched it. It did kind of like one of the first things we said to each other was just like, yeah, isn't that just what life is about right now in this pandemic? You know what I mean? It's
I was being stuck in the time loop. No.
yeah, I was like, every day is kind of the same, isn't it? But that's
Makes you
really
wonder. It makes you think
what it is.
now.
Yeah. I can definitely recommend this movie. It was humorous. It's a little bit of a romantic comedy type thing. If you haven't seen the trailer, you'll get that from the trailer. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but essentially, the way the details of what's going on gets revealed is very, very original to this kind of tale, and there's mysteries, and of course you have, as with all these type of films, you have those moments where the character just kind of goes, oh well, we'll just have to live this way, and then you see all the little crazy stuff that they do in life, as they're repeating daily, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I can definitely recommend. It's on Hulu. It's at Hulu. It is a Hulu film, so
Oh, okay.
unfortunately will
So
be
I'm
the
never
only
watching
place it can be watched. But I can
I guess not.
well, you could do it at some point. It doesn't have to be right now. Shit. Um, but yeah, that's really all I've watched. I guess that's new. As far as what I've been playing, I did buy and download Little Nightmares 2, which is
Yay.
one of my anticipated games, because I played Little Nightmares 1 and I really, really enjoyed it. I just love the art style of it and the really, really, really creepy nature. This is the sequel, but I think it's kind of a prequel in the storyline. But anyway, you play this little character, and it's very similar to Limbo or Inside, where you're trying to survive as you're going throughout, and the stories being played around you, and it's one of those things where everything can kill you. You know what I mean? It's just
Like
like
Limbo and Inside. Yeah.
yeah, everything can kill you. And a lot of stuff is just really has this twisted Tim Burton look to it, where it's just like characters just look grotesque, and sometimes mannequins will, they'll do this little tremor.
Oh no.
You hate, yeah. It was like,
Oh no, I am suddenly coming alive mannequins is like one of my horrors.
Yes.
Aside from Demon Children and no, thank you.
yeah. I think I was telling you around that time. I was like, reminds me of that game that you mentioned, which is Condemned.
Oh, damn.
And because I'm walking into a room and the lights are what stops the mannequins from moving. So I am in a room, this tiny little guy, surrounded by mannequins about this big, and I'm shining an egg because there's more than one. So I'm shining him to the light makes him stop. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I was like, oh my god, backing up.
You're having a rave party there. Just
Pretty much. It's really cool, and obviously has some really cool scares. It really does have some cool scares. I'm like, oh, okay, you got me there, or it catches me off guard. But I did finish it, and it has a really cool ending. Again, I won't spoil what it is, but it's definitely it definitely opens the door for more.
It was
but it also
a nightmare. Woo! There you go. I spoiled it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
no, I can't say nothing now. Yep, spoiler alert, guys. That's exactly what happened, unfortunately.
It was all a dream.
But it is definitely I definitely recommend it, especially if you like Limbo or Inside. This is, I mean, if you haven't
I
played,
love Limbo. I
Yeah.
love Inside.
did you
So
ever
you're telling
play
me this-
Little Nightmares? The first
No.
one?
No.
Oh, you missed out, bro. You need to. It's on. It should be on PlayStation
I can
something.
grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So it is. So it's because one of the things I really like about Limbo and Inside is that it's not a game where I need to like worry about, oh, I'm gonna miss something here or collect. It's not a collectathon. It's not anything like that. You're just solving puzzles and moving to the moving to the right, walking to the right. Yes,
Correct.
I
That is
love-
basically what it is. Yep. That's essentially what it is.
yeah. Then hell yeah, I'm gonna look at this right now. Then
Look on Little Nightmares. I think they both should be on PC. I'm sure they both be on PC. But yeah, Little Nightmares. You play as Six, which is the main character, and Six makes a return in the second one.
Ooh. Overwhelmingly positive is the review.
Yeah, man.
And
Good.
an 81. That's actually no. That's the first. That's the first one, and they have both. They have. I can grab this one for 19.99, and I can grab the second one for 29.99.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah.
That sounds right. And you tell me it's what? Oh, overwhelmingly positive also.
Absolutely,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
It's a great title.
Can't believe I missed this. How did? Oh shit! How that happened here? Holy crap! Yeah, that's actually
It's some freaky ass shit.
that is some freaky ass shit in there. Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
some
yeah.
freaky ass shit. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is
Wishes.
dark. It is
It's a demo.
oh, it does. Oh yeah, yeah. Do it. Yeah, definitely
Add
play
to
that bad boy.
Add to your wish list. My birthday's happening. It's really soon. Sometime.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
It's in June.
Perfect Perfect time.
It's all the
Perfect
way.
time.
It's
If
all
you're
the
taking
way.
time off, you might as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Little Nightmares. Well, I'm gonna start with the first one. Cause
Yeah. Just buy the first one for now. You definitely want to. That one's the top notch one for sure.
2017 joint. Man, I
Mhm.
should have grabbed. Man, I didn't know about this. Okay, sorry. You may continue. I'm
No,
I'm,
you're
I'm
good.
doing some business. I'm doing some business.
So I finished that game. It's not very long game either. So it's very similar, I guess, to Inside and the other one. So actually a little longer than those two, believe it or not.
Oh.
But anyway, from there I got back to the oh man, I don't know what to play. I don't know what to do. So then I went and because I already owned it and I started playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Wait,
And
you were playing that one at one point, right?
say it again.
Well, you were playing that one at one point, weren't you?
No, I never. No, I was playing Bloodstained Curse of the.
Oh, the 8-bit one.
Yeah. I was playing that one.
Gotcha.
But I never played Ritual of the Night, and I gotta say, I did enjoy what was happening, but I got really pissed off at several points. And this
You
is
don't
my
know
own
what the
fault,
fuck to
for the
do.
record. It's my own fault. I have a habit of playing games that automatically save when you get to a certain save point. You know what I mean? So I was like, at this point now I have to make a mental note that I need to actually sit on the damn bench and save. You know what I mean? It's not just activating by being there. And it caught me at least I want to say it caught me 3 times. And at that point I was
dude.
pissed because now
That's on
now
you.
you're all the way far back. You know, and I'm like,
Oh.
like fuck this game. You know?
No, come on, bro. That's the quintessential. It's Symphony of the Night, and Symphony of the Night, you have to go into the what do you call it? Donde tierra los muertos.
That's to say, basically you have to manually save. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Why did it occur to you that it's not just going into the room and okay, hi save point. I guess you said save, but see ya.
No, because I swear I walk in and then I sit. I want to say I was sitting down. I don't even remember sitting down. But then you really have to manually save is the thing, and it literally caught me. It caught me one too many times. It's really what it caught me one too many times, and I was like, at one point I died, and I'm already like in the, I don't know, I was past the castle portion all the way into something else, and I died, and I go way before back, and I'm like, I'm not doing all this over again. I'm not doing all this over again.
Damn it!
So
You're missing out on a great.
Yeah.
That's a great game. Did you enjoy Symphony of the Night at all?
I did when I played it back in the day. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Right. Because
Good game.
it'll be
Had its
fair.
habit. Oh,
it can be fair. It can be fair to say, hey, that's a game of its time, and this game is just going to get too close to that, and I just don't enjoy those type of game anymore. I don't have a problem. I like those games. I like getting lost and not figuring, trying to figure out what the hell do I need to go for. And for the longest time, I was frustrated because I didn't know where to go next. Where to go next? It looked like everywhere I went, I couldn't figure out the next step. But it didn't care too much because at least I was still making progress. I was still getting my characters stronger.
mhm.
So that was my thing. I was like, well, at least I'm getting more, stronger and more badass. So because those boss fights, some of them are, yeah. I mean, they're not Dark Souls, but
Yeah, I figured that.
yeah.
Yeah, but they can probably be Dark Souls. I mean, so a version of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, dude. I stopped. I was like, I can't. Mostly because I couldn't repeat it. I didn't like just write it off, and I'm like, okay, I need to be in the right mindset for that one because I was just pissed off with that. You know what I mean? It just did me in, bro. I was like, oh my god, not again.
Oh my God.
I mean, I had to redo cutscenes. I had to redo everything because none of that shit was saved. I'm like, come on, what the hell? I get it. You guys are mirroring something, but I mean, at some point, I'm like, look, guys, we're past this. You know what I'm saying? Gaming has passed this. This is just something you should be able to
expect
just
the
do.
auto save points.
I
Right?
expect auto save points the way I expect full voicing. Oh man. Anyway, so
Oh,
needless to say, I was like, I needed something else. So at this point, so I figured like I got I played a little bit of that. I beat Little Nightmares. Maybe I can go back to one of the Souls games. So I started and I said, you know what? Let me go back to Salt and Sanctuary because I really did enjoy that one. And I gotta say, dude, I don't think the game has visually
Mm.
has aged well. You know what I mean? And I'm
Really?
just like this. Yeah, it doesn't look good, and I mean, I don't remember it looking like stellar or anything like that, but it really does have a very basic look to it. And then on top of that, it really mirrors Dark Souls, like
Right.
almost to everything except the controls. The
Right.
controls are completely different. And here I am getting my ass handed to me left and right because I have my idea of
memory.
what the heavy hit is, what the light hit is, how to roll. None of that shit's in the right
Also,
place.
it's a side scroller. It's a side scroller instead of a 3D game.
I mean,
Let's
sure.
bring that little detail to it. That might
Sure.
explain why the controls might be a little different. Also,
Sure, we can probably say that. So anyway, I really
no
got
save
turned off.
point. No automatic save here on this one either. So I don't know how the hell you
No.
play Dark Souls.
No, it does automatically. Dark Souls is constantly saving, saving.
But if
It
you,
always saves, no matter what you do. You know what I mean? You can't.
but if you die
can't-
without getting to the fire thing, you go.
it doesn't matter. But if you die without getting to the fire thing, all the items and stuff you collect are saved.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
just your souls that go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So actually, that's a thing in the game. There's certain times where you're like, I have no choice and know that I need to die. I just have to make sure I get that item before I do. You know what I mean? Like there's this thing in the middle of like a lava, and I don't have anything to protect me from lava or heat like that.
Just
So I
run
know the
in.
moment I run over there, I'm gonna die out there. You know what I mean? And
But at least I grab.
so what I do is I make sure I use all my souls, use all my souls as much as possible, and then make sure that when I get there I grab the item, and then yes, I die. It is what it is, but I got my item. You know what I mean? So because that game's constantly saving, and Salt and Sanctuary does the same thing, so I wasn't worried about that. It's just a look, bro. Really, if you take a good look at it, it's just not a very good-looking game. I don't know, and in my mind's eye, I remember it looking better than it actually does. So yeah, I got a little disappointed and said, let's
Salt
stop
and
playing it. Basically,
Salt
and
and
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Yeah, salt.
Yeah.
Yes, salt. Man, I don't know. And this is, I mean, it is stylized. It is a stylized look. So no, man, I can't say this looks basic. If anything, yes, it looks stylized and it looks cartoony, and he was shooting for that the whole time. But those backgrounds, they seem very detailed. Like I can't say. I mean, I never really liked
Well,
the scrunchy face of the characters. They all look like freaking
the characters,
fish or something. Like I didn't care for that much. Yeah, but
fish.
everything
They
else
did
was
have that weird
really
scrunch face.
good. Wow.
So yeah. So
I don't know.
I
Lower your
unfortunately
standards.
did not continue playing that one. Lower my standards. Okay, sure. Well, what I did start playing, and I am playing currently, and I am loving once again, because yes, I have played this already, and that is I jumped back into Control, the Ultimate Edition, for PlayStation 5.
Oh,
And-
you bought it? You had to buy it.
Well, remember it came free. It came free with the with the PlayStation Plus, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, that's right. So the Ultimate Edition, yeah, that includes everything. Yeah, that was quite a grab.
Yes. And
Yes, man.
I'm going to be the first to say, okay, first off, I remember like really loving this game. And it was on one of my game of the years, but it wasn't the game of the year. And one of the hits that I can probably give it would be because, performance wise, it stuttered here and there because of the visuals. And dude, to play it now, I'm playing it currently in performance mode, so it's locked at 60. And it
Something
still
else,
has
isn't
the 1440, you know what I mean? So it's not, it's not dropped down. And on top of that, on top of the fact that it looks absolutely beautiful, they have programmed haptic feedback into the controller, dude. So whenever she has the gun, you can click, 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 and I'm like, yes. And whenever she's walking as she walks, you can feel the click, click, click as she's walking on the tile, and it'll change the different like vibration when she walks on carpet. And
PlayStation 5 controller is amazing.
Dude, it is a game changer. When she grabs something with her telekinesis, and you feel that on the button that says, I'm like, oh man,
you're like, fuck
so
ray tracing. Who cares about ray tracing?
I don't need it. No.
This is the future right here. Right here, guys. This is the future. This is what you need.
I am, and the funny thing, I started it because I had already downloaded it. I said, let me just see what it looks like, see how it plays. And of course, because it's technically a different version, it's not picking up from anything I've played before. Because the version I have that is a PlayStation 4 version.
You have to start it again.
Yeah. So I mean, which is fine. I just started at the beginning and all that, but before I know it, I'm already like 12 hours in. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just like, okay, I might as well just play it again. You know what I mean? Plus, it comes with everything, so I have the AWE with it now, so that's also a plus. But yeah, man. So if you have not, and if you didn't, please tell me you tagged the Ultimate Edition on PlayStation 5. Dear Lord, at least tag
me?
it. Yeah,
I do that. I own it on PC. I have that. I have it on PC.
the feedback, the controller,
Oh,
bro.
for the feedback. Okay. Well, see, I Control is a great game, but it didn't do that to me that I need to replay it. Like, it's not a game that I will replay myself. Honestly, I play obviously the game to completion, but also the first DLC, and I started playing the second DLC, and I just stopped because, like, I remember, this game's good, but I had enough already. So, but I would say, I will still say this is a fantastic game. I'm not meaning to knock it in any way. This game is great, and it's like you got it as a PS5 free game on from PSN. Man, you got it made because you had a $60 title just handed to you, just basically handed to you.
Pretty much. And let me tell you, the upgrades are more than worth it. Dude, when you go to the options menu, it's like just like damn, they really overhauled this game, and this to me is the definitive version of this game. If I had played this for the first time when it came out, and this is how I played it,
Mhm.
it would have easily become it may have edged out. I don't remember what won that year, but it may have edged that game out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I love Control. I love all the craziness of Control.
So what you're saying is Control has really good control feel.
Well, now it does, yes. Now it does, yeah. And to be fair, it played fine before, but just those little bits, those little extras that it gives, and oh man, it's just so much fun. I always love the battle, the combat on it is also a lot of fun.
It is very hectic, very fun. Yeah, I would say this is it. This is it, developers. There is absolutely no excuse to release any game locked at 30. If you release a game locked at 30, that is going to be considered from now on. I'm going to consider that a hindrance and possibly a deal breaker. It depends on the game, of course. It's
Well, I
going
was
to
going to
depend on the
say
game.
if it comes with if it's locked at 30 and then it shouldn't be locked at 30. Like they should have
Shouldn't
a
be locked.
performance option
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you can definitely have the fidelity option as well, where it's like, okay, well, that has ray tracing, and you rather do ray tracing than the 60. Okay. I haven't seen it with my eyes on my console what the ray tracing looks like. I've only seen it on Digital Foundry,
Right.
and I'm like, that's cool. The reflective surfaces and lights
Yeah.
and all those.
Rather
That's
have
cool.
the performance.
But it's not to me. It wasn't that big of a difference
Mhm.
for me to go back down to 30.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, no, the way this is, moving and looking on 60, I'm good with that.
Right.
And at 1440, I'm like, I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the developers that will make a game and it's like it's supposed to be like that 30, but it has its dips and stuff like that. Like there's absolutely no excuse. These consoles are powerful enough and to deliver great looks because Control looks fucking great. Ghost of Tsushima looks great, and it's a PS4. You might say, oh, but that was a PS4 title. No, it doesn't matter. It looks great. And when you play it at this level of performance with 60 frames and all that, it is a whole new game. It is a game changer. Performance is a game changer. It should be what the games of this generation should be focusing instead of trying to make, oh, well, let's just make it like 4K now and tank the performance because we want to bring all the visuals. Like that era is over. It should have been over in the 360 PS3 generation, but it didn't. But now it should. Now there's no
Man,
reason
that's 2
to go
generations
back
ago.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna
But
call you
anyway,
out. I'm gonna call those games out if I see
Oh,
them.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think all of them are gonna get called out by everyone. It's like, oh, dude, come on now, because at this point it's becoming the expected,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's all I've been playing. No, because I can't edit it later. So we are back, guys.
Okay. Well, I guess. Hold on. Let me fix myself. Now for real.
There you go.
Oh,
There you
let's
go.
see. Okay, there you go. Guys, I haven't had a haircut in 3 months, so yeah, I'm gonna show you my bald spot because it's not there. There's way too much going on over there to be shown in public.
I hear that, sir. I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're back, and it is time for our trailer of the week.
I realized that we probably shouldn't say trailer of the week at the same time because it's not coming at the same time on the recordings.
You know what? We're just gonna fly with it at this point.
Yeah.
technical issues we just had. And again, I have a background for whatever reason. I'm not adjusting it anymore because I don't even want to touch it.
Dude, it looks like you are there. It looks like that's your swanky apartment, you know. The windows hitting your face, you know. It's sunny out there where you are. Somewhere in Europe, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in Italy. You're on your
Back in Chianti. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the village.
Yeah.
So, and I'm here still in Orlando. So, what are we gonna do?
What can we do?
Yeah.
Our trailer, guys, of the week is a little title called Tom Clancy's Without Remorse.
Whoa.
Starring Michael B. Jordan. And he's really the only one I recognize from that trailer, for the record.
I thought I saw an old Mark Wahlberg for some reason.
Oh no, that's right. Oh God, I know his name. He's from Memento too. I should know.
Okay, but you can tell also because you remember. It's like, no, that's not Mikey Mark, but it looks like an old version of him.
Memento film, dear Lord, why can I not remember his name?
Oh, that's good. You're not expected to remember every actor. Every
Guy
time.
Pearce. Guy Pearce. Okay. Guy Pearce is in that movie. Anyway, so yeah, Without Remorse, sir. How do you feel about this film? How do you feel about first of all, it's an Amazon original.
Yeah. Coming in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's not there yet. I feel like I've seen this movie. You know, all the other times that they have done it. You know, when you see the trailer. I mean, I'm gonna watch this movie. The thing looks spectacular, but I feel like what it's about. It looks like it doesn't look like it's gonna have any surprises in particular, major that you haven't seen already. I don't know. Like it gave me that vibe. I'm ready to be surprised and pleasantly so. So I'll give
I agree. It did have your run of the mill, guy coming out for revenge. This was Hard to Kill. Do you remember Hard to Kill with Steven Seagal?
Yep.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Family gets killed, and I think his son lives, but the wife gets killed. He thinks his son died. Anyway, they leave him for dead, and then he ends up coming back and he ends up getting with Kelly LeBrock. You know what I mean? Which is the actress. He starts messing around at that point. So yeah, that's been done there. Yeah, it has kind of been done, a lot, I guess. But
it's a Tom Clancy joint here, so of course the government's involved somehow, and but yeah, I think I want to see it, but I'm not particularly impressed with like what it's about. It seems like it's gonna be your run-of-the-mill one of those, that's great. If that's what they're shooting for, and that's all we'll get. That I think we'll be okay for a good action movie. I do like Michael B. Jordan, action movies a lot, and I mean, it definitely seems like he can pull it off here. But
so the director is named Stefano Sollima, and he's Italian. He's done a lot of Italian shows.
Oh, there you go. So he's your paisano over there, and
Right next door,
yeah.
The one thing he did do that you would probably recall, and it's not going to be a selling point, and that would be Sicario: Day of the Soldado, which is the sequel to.
Oh, the bad Sicario. Got it. Okay. Because Sicario was fantastic. I was like,
the first Sicario, yeah.
Ooh, the first Sicario was phenomenal. Yeah. Second
Different
one,
director.
not so much.
completely different team.
Yeah.
So.
And it shows.
It did. So that's not a big selling point for him, but at the same time, I think Michael B. Jordan can definitely extract.
Oh yeah.
A lot out of a role that he
can pull it off for sure.
So our trailer of the week, guys, I actually excited that it'll be obviously on Amazon Prime, and that is Without Remorse. Well, it's an Amazon original, but they tend to come out pretty quickly to Amazon Prime, especially now the middle of a pandemic. So.
Yeah.
This let's move on to the useless news that you guys can use. And if it's okay, I can start real quick on something.
But you were not okay, so I guess I have to pull the trigger with something that I wasn't prepared to. So I'm just gonna pick up at random and oh, here it is. What's here? So Sony wants you to play with bananas.
Oh,
Moving right
that's
along.
good.
Yeah, they want you to use controllers, bananas as controllers because of course, that's what's their plan all along. I mean, remember the PS3 controller was shaped like a banana. There you go.
What they call the original, the boomerang.
Boomerang, yeah,
The
the boomerang.
boomerang,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some might say boomerang. I say banana. The whole thing sounds bananas anyway. Sony has devised some cool new tech that could turn anything into a PlayStation controller. They went, it was anything. The news media went with bananas, of course, because the news media is bananas at this point. That's going to be by an application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, as spotted by GameIndustry.biz, which outlines how PlayStation reckons it could turn a regular non-electronic object into a game controller. In the filing, Sony uses a banana as one such item that could be used as a gamepad using this tech. The way this apparently works is that a camera takes images of whatever object a user is holding and track its inputs on the surface. That's gonna work so well. Like the Move controller. The items cannot be luminous, as that it will presumably mess up the aforementioned tracking. Sony says that games be trained to recognize an object being used as a controller, or developers can configure their games to recognize certain items as gamepads. Sony sees this as a means for people to play games without expensive and complicated controllers, because that's what they want to do. They want to stop selling controllers to you. It would be desirable if a user could use an inexpensive, simple, non-electronic device as a video game peripheral, the platform holder wrote. The present disclosure seeks to address or at least alleviate some of the above identified problems. Of course, patents are not products. They are not. There's no knowing if Sony is actually going to do something with this technology. But companies attempt to secure their inventions or discoveries via patent literally all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As well as this rather out there gamepad, Sony has also applied a patent for what it appears to be a new PlayStation VR controller. Published back in November 2020, this features an array of button inputs as well as a small LED that is likely used to track these inputs. This is certainly more petite than a rather large light that derives lights. The motion with the what they call it, the PlayStation Move controllers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
This input also comes with the same kind of resistant triggers and haptic feedback that the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller boasts. So basically, yes, I do believe that this could be some technology that someone at Sony, maybe an R&D group, has developed, and it works. And of course, they want to be able to patent it. They might not know the application. I mean, it sounds really dumb. You don't want to replace a controller with just some random object, or at least you would think that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Oswald, I would think that. I think maybe depending on the game, the type of game, it could lead to some interesting applications. But I think those applications could end up being something like what they did with the iToy. Certainly novel, but do you want to play all your games with that? Hell no. Do you want all your games to be iToys and stuff like that? No, not at all. So I just find it funny that all the every gaming outlet out there, because Sony used a banana as an example on their filings. They showed the figure of how basically it works. Everybody was like, "Oh, Sony wants you to use a banana. A banana is gonna be
so
the next,
stupid, yeah.
Sony controller." And it's like, come on, no, dumbass, it's not that. And of course, we did the same thing.
I was gonna say,
I was
yeah,
reading the headline, so to be
Fair
fair,
fair enough.
Sony does not want you to play with bananas. But if you want to play with bananas, then seek help.
Yes. Well, do you know what Sony also doesn't want you to do? It doesn't want you to buy
Leave with
TV
your
shows or rent movies on
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah,
Store
they're
anymore.
done
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, they're out.
PlayStation Store fans will soon need a new place to rent movies. Sony announced Tuesday that it's discontinuing the ability to rent and buy movies and TV shows from the PlayStation Store. The change will take place effect on August 31st. Good news, of course, for PlayStation movie renters is that it shouldn't take you long to find a replacement. Services like YouTube, Amazon Prime, and Vudu are some of the biggest movie rental apps in the world, and they're already available on the PlayStation Store. According to Sony's blog post about the change, the largest driver behind its decision was the increased use of subscription and ad-based streaming services, not just those that allow rentals. And the PlayStation Store has plenty of options there, with services like, again, Netflix, HBO Max, and Peacock.
Peacock.
While the ability to rent through the PlayStation Store may be disappearing, any content already purchased won't be. A Sony statement includes an assurance to customers that any movies and TV shows they've already purchased on PlayStation 4 will be available to view on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and mobile devices. I only have one question,
Yes, sir.
and this is really for the listeners. If you are a renter and or a consumer of movies and stuff from the PlayStation Store, please let me know, because I don't think I know anyone who rents there. No one I know. I rent from Prime when I do rent movies. You know what I mean? And when I purchase them digitally, I also purchase them from Prime. So yeah, I don't know who's doing this. I don't know. I guess in my head is like, yeah, I'm surprised it took this long for you to take that down, because I don't know anybody who uses this service.
Honestly, I mean, good for them. They should have. I understand why they wanted to go with it at first when they were, because this dates back the PS3, no?
Yeah,
I think,
when
yeah.
the store opened, yeah.
And I understand that there was an opportunity there, but I mean, they're right. With all the other services that that offer rentals and or purchase, there's no reason to get them from PlayStation, to rent movies from there. I think I want to say that maybe one time I found a movie I wanted to watch and it was nowhere but the PlayStation the PlayStation rental, and I might have used it once, but honestly, I'm not sure if I'm making that up in my head or something.
The only thing I remember watching directly from them was their own show called Powers,
I remember
which
Powers,
was
yeah,
garbage.
which
So
got canceled. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah. Microsoft has the same thing, but you got to remember, Microsoft also has it on the Microsoft Store, which is the Windows Store rather, which is basically the same shop. So at least you can say, well, if you're buying them there, you're buying them on PC also, but also like no reason, honestly. The only reason I have movies on the Microsoft Store is probably because I've been using Movies Anywhere, and Movies Anywhere will I'll grab
Just
it
pops up. Yep.
from Prime or something, and then it just automatically just gives them to me on a bunch of the services, not the Sony service. It wasn't even part of it. So yeah, they don't need to waste time with that.
Agreed.
Yeah. My next piece: Epic Games has acquired fall game developer Mediatonic. Epic Games has acquired Tonic Games Group in the development company behind Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Epic shared the news while confirming your gameplay isn't changing, and Epic will continue to invest in making the game a great experience for players across platforms. End quote. Furthermore, Epic has said, quote, your favorite colorful beings will still stumble through the chaos on PC, PlayStation, and soon Nintendo Switch and Xbox. End quote. Mediatonic also announced the news with an FAQ that is set to answer some of the biggest questions regarding the future of Fall Guys. Alongside revealing that the Fall Guys team has already grown from 35 to 150.
Damn.
Mediatonic promises that your gameplay isn't changing and that the acquisition will help them bring a ton of features already seen in Fortnite, Rocket League, and other games owned by Epic. Let's see. These features include account system, crossplay, squad versus squad modes, and more. While Mediatonic mentioned Fall Guys will continue to remain on Steam, it had nothing more to announce regarding the possible move to a free-to-play model. As to why Mediatonic chose Epic, the developer said that they have been mutual friends for a while and that the team has quote, a lot of common and share a lot of the same goals, end quote. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like Epic Games, whenever there's a game out that has a potential following, like a almost pseudo Fortnite, they just go at it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at when they acquired Rocket League,
Mhm.
and now they got now they got this. They got
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys now. It's definitely a different Epic, you know.
Yeah, it is. And
For
I
better.
mean, I will
or
say one thing.
worse.
Yeah, exactly, for better or worse. But I would say one thing. I mean, they're acquiring some good IP. And by doing, and those IP obviously have their following and also have a revenue stream.
Yeah.
You know, this Fall Guys is, you know, there's ways of purchasing little outfits and stuff like that, and they have seasons as well,
Yeah.
as does Rocket League. So it makes sense, but also, I mean, not everybody can afford to purchase them, and Epic can. You know what I mean? So they're just really purchasing revenue pipelines. If you really think about it, you know what I mean? And then on
About
top of
making
that, they
money.
can, yeah, they can actually back them up to get new content more, you know, more efficiently. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I like all these companies being gobbled up, but at the same time, I guess.
I mean, if it
can't,
helps them grow, if it keeps them around, like one thing is for EA to acquire something because you're like, oh shit, EA, you're like, oh man, you never know with those guys, you know, that
Yep.
you might be putting a target, you know, the next target on your development team. But with and I mean, who's to say what Epic, you know, what the Epic MO is? But so far, it seems like, I mean, they kept Rocket League alive, and they have added a lot to that. And I bet that team is probably working on the next, you know, the next best thing. Hopefully not Rocket League 2, although that might sound exciting.
I mean, if you
And
can bring up, I mean, I don't know what you can do to that game. But
you said it. They are acquiring talent that have done, you know, games that are that a lot of people could are interested in, you know, more like the general, the more general crowd. I mean,
Mhm.
I never played Fall Guy, even though we made that we were gonna play it once and stream it and stuff like that, but like it never got to fruition because of scheduling conflicts. But I realized that it is a great game. It's a very fun game, and the people that liked it, I mean, it's probably still has its following. I'm not sure if it's as big of a thing now as it was. You know, if it has been growing, but obviously Epic sees potential in there. So
Yeah.
and changing to a free to play model could change the whole thing. You know, yeah, because it could. that's how they get that. That's how they get their money.
The revenue stream. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how they do it. My next piece, guys. Marvel's Avengers. Remember that game?
God. Yes.
The action role-playing game from
2020
Crystal Dynamics
Game of
and
the Year.
Square Enix is finally coming to current-gen consoles on March 18th. But it's also getting another change. After that date, it's going to take even longer to reach the game's max character level because the developer is increasing the XP requirement.
Just what that game needed.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll make
Something
it
else
more
to keep you
grindy.
there even longer. According to the developer, the quick level ups and rapid XP gain was something it thought could be confusing for new players, in part because each level will require about the same amount of XP to progress through, rather than requiring more from subsequent levels. This has led to pacing issues, such as skill points currently being rewarded too fast, which may be confusing and overwhelming to new players. So it's all about the new players. We want each decision to invest in a skill or heroic to be more meaningful. So to help reduce the amount of progress players can make quickly, the XP needed to advance in levels later in the game. The XP needed to advance levels later in the game is being increased starting at character level 25. To conclude the post, the developer recommends that anyone who has a character that isn't already level 50 to level them up quickly before the change takes effect. Of course, this means that players starting fresh on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X will be forced into a new, slower leveling system. On Thursday night, Crystal Dynamics took to Reddit to kind of address some of these questions. And they said, quote, "The problem we were seeing and hearing was that you would immediately get more skill points than you had time to review, apply, and get used to before embarking on your next mission and gaining a few levels. Hopefully you can see the issue here." Perhaps making the point even more confusing, Crystal Dynamics also noted that it changed early leveling in Marvel's Avengers to be even faster than it already was, which would seem to add confusion over the skill points rather than reduce it. Overall, Crystal Dynamics said that it hopes the new changes will add 3 to 5 hours to the act of reaching the level cap.
3
So,
to 5 hours.
in a game that is clearly, I haven't played the game, so I have no idea. So I'm just going based on what I've read and what I've heard. It's kind of already not very
It has
interesting to go through.
it has dismal numbers right now.
Yeah.
So that's the concerning thing. And when you hear like, oh, we're just gonna make it more difficult to level up or grindier, as much as it makes sense for the reason that they're saying that it is, it kind of like brings, I don't think it makes people go, yes, finally, I get to play even more. I get to level my characters slower because it should be like that. It's like, that's not really what gamers want to hear in general. I mean, again, makes sense if you're gaining powers a lot faster than you get to learn how to use them, then you programmed the game wrong.
Yeah.
But then again,
That's a
you already
programming
shown
issue.
that you were not. It wasn't like the type of game that it required you to make. Like, I guess you were not really ready to make. But
Exactly.
second, trying to fix it this way is not gonna bring more people. And honestly, that game, I feel like we can already start Death Watch on it.
Oh, for
because
sure.
if you
For
look at
sure.
the numbers on Steam of people playing, like, I think concurrent player at one point it was, recently was like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
2,000 people on a game of that scope. It's not gonna bring the revenue that Square Enix needs to keep those servers, running and to sell you the crap that they sell you. So, maybe making it free to play I mean, that's usually when something is underperforming to that level. One of the one of the ways to escape out of like complete doom is making it free to play. But
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't
know.
look like the game is that interesting to begin
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
That's
Even at
tough.
free to honestly, even at free to play, I don't think I would even boot it up. You know what I
No,
mean?
no,
I
no.
wouldn't
I
even.
have no interest on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I'm sure we're not the only ones. So it would be a wasted effort to make it free to play. It's just you're right. At this point, it's on death watch.
Yes, it's. I feel like it, and if you're playing it and enjoying it, like let us know, because I mean it's easy for us to sit here and doom and gloom all over it from what we read and from what we get, because that's usually the take for a lot, for a lot of people in the industry. But if you're enjoying it, like let us know what is it that you enjoy about this game in particular, and why. So
Hmm.
it'll be interesting to know if there's a few of you out there that are playing it. So you ready for some more disappointing news, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we have to
I
we
mean,
have to bring it out because this sucks. Orlando's new Super Nintendo World has been delayed until 2025. Oh. Construction has resumed following the COVID-19 related delay. So, of course, fucking COVID. Construction in Orlando's new Universal theme park has restarted following delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Originally slated to open in 2023, uh, Epic Universe, which Epic Universe, that's weird. We don't have a name. Epic Universe, which will include Orlando's own Super Nintendo World, is now scheduled to open in early 2025. Man, by that time I'm gonna be too old to enjoy those rides. Come on. According to Orange County Mayor Jerry Deming, as reported by the Orlando Sentinel, Universal Universal released a statement following Deming's remarks, noting that the construction has begun immediately, but is expected to take several months before reaching full speed as Universal restaffed for the project and reassembled its vendors and contractor teams. End quote. The company's statement did not give a new time frame for the park's opening. We've reached out for, or actually, this was Kotaku, reach out for a comment, and they're gonna update their article whenever. So, Epic Universe will eventually be Universal's third theme park in Orlando, reportedly with shopping, restaurant, and hotels. This site is expected to fill a 750-acre facility.
mm,
Universal has not laid out explicit plans for the Orlando site. Uh, then it goes to say Universal Studios Japan Super Nintendo World Theme Park in Osaka was originally set to open on February 4, but that grand opening has been delayed, of course, because of the pandemic. However, Universal soft opened the theme park in February, and images from the park have begun circulating on social media. It is expected to officially open in the state. Sorry, is expected to officially open once the state of emergency in Osaka is lifted. So yeah, I mean, that's one of those like, what are you gonna do kind of news bit. I'm excited to see Nintendo or Super Nintendo. What do they call it? Super Nintendo World? No, so yeah,
Nin-
Super Nintendo World.
that was yeah. Mhm.
Uh,
I
eh,
am too. I'm not gonna lie. I've been like waiting for that bad
that
boy.
has been the
Yeah,
dream, right? The
yeah.
theme park. It's like, yeah, Nintendo has they have the friggin' perfect all their IPs are perfect for a recreation of a theme park,
Hmm.
in some way, and it sounds amazing. But
Yeah, I
I
agree.
guess we're gonna have to wait a few more years.
A few more years, indeed. A few more. Speaking of a few more years that we have to wait, maybe
Oh,
that long. Mommy, maybe that long. Well, we
uh,
do have to wait a little bit. Um, since its reveal at E3 2019, From Software's Elden Ring has become a highly anticipated game. It'll likely be a must play for many gamers when it's released for the PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. The Dark Souls developer worked with Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin to create a new world. And thanks to a new leak, fans may finally be getting a glimpse of the action.
Oh, really?
Snippets of the purported trailer first appeared on Twitter on Monday, and then a trailer was uploaded to YouTube. The video has not yet been confirmed by publisher Bandai Namco as a trailer for the upcoming game. Footage contains a few trademarks of From Software games. In one shot, the player's character sneaks behind an enemy and stabs him in the back. There are two glances at magic being used in combat, with one surrounding the character and then shooting out. The Elden Ring news YouTube channel uploaded a second part of the leaked trailer. This one doesn't show the combat, doesn't show the combat like the first one, but it has a bit more of the world the game takes place in. Narrators also mention how the player, quote, cross the Sea of Fog all the way to the Riftlands. So
The
it's
Riftlands we go.
yeah. I was able to take a look at it myself. I don't know if, first off, it's not a very good image. It was a really, really poor quality video that somebody took on what appears to be a very old phone. You know, it's like
As leaks usually tend to be.
I guess so, yeah.
Shaky cam, bad
yeah.
phone,
It
bad
was
Nokia.
it was not very good, but still, I was actually pretty. For the record, Elden Ring's initial release date was set for March. Obviously, that was delayed due to the pandemic. There's no update as to what the new date is, but I personally, after my little trek through Dark Souls, and I'm looking to get part 2 and part 3 queued up at some point so I can jump into those and hopefully be able to go back to Bloodborne if they ever do the 60 frames per second. I'm actually pretty excited for Elden Ring and looking forward to more information on it. It is more of an open world, is how they've been kind of showing it off. So that's actually kind of cool. And some of the video you can kind of see that it almost a very blurry version of The Witcher or something like that. It's like, oh, okay, I can see what they're going for here. But yeah, looks cool so far.
They make a gas game, Dark Souls. There you go. Just give an idea. Sorry, that's too late. It's already out there. It's already on the nets. Unless we don't publish this, somebody's gonna take it and run with it. Unless you edit it.
Sure.
Speaking of leaks, I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. No. Death Stranding extended edition seemingly getting announced soon. That's what my sources say.
Mhm.
And by my sources, I mean Reset Era. An industry insider claims that the rumored Death Stranding extended edition is due to be announced soon. For a while now, there's been consistent chatter about an updated, enhanced version of Death Stranding in the pipeline for both the PS5 and PS4. And now a leaker has hinted that it may be closer than we previously thought. Reset Era user Naftra mentioned the project back at the start of the year, and considering the user has a pretty solid history when it comes to Sony leaks, a lot of people took the claim seriously. Now Naftra seems to be doubling down on the idea of a PS5 re-release of the Hideo Kojima game. The user clarified that they really do think that it's coming they really thought it's coming when quizzed about the rumored edition. Death Stranding extended edition coming to PS4 and PS5. Just want to confirm if what I've got told is true, as Dante Alighieri. I'm going to stop reading some of this Gamer 10. And Naftra replied with a yup. Even if there's an upgrade path, I think it will be paid since there's new story content in this version. Naftra goes on to explain, reinforcing the idea that this will be a meaty expansion, not just a re-release with a bit of spit and polish. Of course, at this point, this is all speculation and rumor. Neither Kojima Production nor Sony has mentioned any plans for a Death Stranding PS5 edition. Take that. Take what you're reading here with a healthy dose of salt. If you so yeah. I mean this coming from a leaker that has had supposedly a pretty solid track record. He leaked something about Last of Us 2. No, of course, this was not the famous leak,
Oh,
the
okay.
or anything like that. Nothing of that. I think he was talking about the fact that he might be getting a PS5 patch, which admittedly kind of a safe bet, But I will also argue that Death Stranding PS5 sounds pretty safe also to assume. What I didn't expect was it getting like additional content. That will be interesting, especially I feel like
I
that.
just don't know if I go through that game again. You know what I mean?
I think that was something. That was an
It
experience.
was a really. I agree. It is literally one of the best games. One, because it's just
so
so
bad.
original. It's just
Yeah, it's
it
original.
doesn't fall into anything, and it is a complete thought. It's the complete vision of whatever the hell Kojima was thinking, is there, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I agree. I just don't know if I can go through it again. Like I think I even tried going through it again. Just the thought of going across the land and having to deal with the fucking BTs, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to go through all that again.
It could use some quality of life improvements, but I'll be willing to go out to an enhanced edition, and if I hear there's new content, like that will get me excited to try it out again. I probably prefer that instead of just throwing a whole new chapter, maybe polish some of the nonsensical story that you have there because
I see all
it
that
feels
stuff. I
like
would
a
say leave it in because that's
well,
just
no, you don't want to remove it, but maybe enhance it a little bit or
to
explain
fill in
or
blanks.
fill the
Okay.
blanks a little bit better because it's probably gonna be with more nonsense, but I guess that's fine. I don't know. It just felt like you went a little too out there for my liking, but I appreciate what you're doing. It's one of those games that I can't tell someone else, right, oh, this game is great because it might totally be like hot garbage for that person. However, there is a brilliance behind the fact that what someone could think that, oh, this game is totally not for me. This game is total whole garbage. The story is nonsensical and it's stupid and it's really 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 stupid. The name of the characters and stuff like that. But you still overall you get an epic an epic adventure.
Mhm.
What you get here for the most mundane thing that you could possibly imagine doing, and he nails it. He nailed it. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like creating art out of a bunch of trash bags put together, and somehow that art is beautiful. And I don't know. It's yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But it's cool. That's cool that's well, we'll see if that
Yeah,
if
bring it
that
on.
happens. Yeah.
Give me more Death Stranding. I don't mind. I mean, that game was running great already. So
Oh
if you're
yeah,
gonna bring
for sure.
improvements, they will have to be something that actually take advantage of the PS5. I mean, some ray tracing, maybe, or just some improvement to some of the vehicle handling was god awful.
Yeah.
Like riding on those motorcycles and just all the vehicles in general felt like, what the hell is this? This doesn't feel like any motorcycle in gaming at all.
In
Like
gaming, it
you
did
got
feel very real sometimes. I was like, oh, this feels like the stupid box truck I used to fucking drive.
really because I felt like
Yeah,
I
so
felt like
silly.
the especially that tricycle thing. It was the fakest, most floaty and
It was floaty.
and
Oh, the motorcycle was super floaty. Yeah.
physics defying thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
It's like it's completely nonsensical. Um, I maybe adjust that also. I don't know. That game could really use some quality of life improvements. I just don't know if that's what they're going for. Maybe they'll leave all that the same and they just pretty it up, and give us an
Maybe.
extra 5 hours.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, would that be worth paying the price of admission
No.
again? No.
Mm-mm. Not even a little.
Not even a little, because that's what they're
Nope,
saying.
not
Saying,
me.
yeah, it's probably gonna be sold. That's what they're saying.
All right. Well, we'll see. They'll have to really, really show it off.
If you have
Uh,
extra content, I think because I
It
mean,
has
come on.
extra content, but it has to be. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
it'll have to be an
if it's an
expansion.
upgrade, like if I have to pay $10-$20 to upgrade to that version on PlayStation 5, okay,
Yeah.
maybe. But if I had to do a full 60 again, no, fuck
No,
that.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. That's what I'm
So-
saying. Yeah, not full 60, please.
So my next piece, guys, the BAFTA Game Awards for 2021 have been announced, and I'm not going to go through all of them here, but I did want to bring up a couple of interesting items. First off, their best game nominee is pretty much the same exact list that we had over here. The only difference is Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales is included on the list, and that was not on the other one. Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and Last of Us Part 2. Missing from that list, you may notice, would be Doom Eternal. For some reason, it's not on there.
I don't think that Doom Eternal. I mean, Doom Eternal, great game. I don't, against those runners there, I don't think it makes the cut.
Yeah. You can check out the whole list, but I did want to bring this one up. This was the one that kind of threw me
Where's
off.
Cyberpunk?
BAFTA 2021 nominees for artistic achievement. Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh my God, no way.
Okay.
I was joking.
Along with Dreams, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, and Last of Us Part 2.
Hades, bro. Or Last of Us. Who cares? Give more to Asshole. I don't care. Cyberpunk? Really artistic? What's the art? I mean, what the idea, what they were going for,
The
sure.
goal. Sure,
But
yeah.
what
the
they
goal.
deliver?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Are we giving this away to people who had a great idea?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the case.
Dude,
Uh,
anybody can win this then. Anybody can come up with a great concept and deliver trash. And I'm sorry, but unfortunately, that's what we got from Cyberpunk. So,
I have to agree.
oh man.
So anyway, I didn't want to harp on that one too long. I noticed that, and I felt like I needed to bring that to the attention of our listeners and to you, of course. I don't know if you've seen the article, but yeah, that was it. So next small one here, so I can, I guess, add to an additional. Sony Interactive Entertainment's Play at Home initiative is coming back for a second year, giving everyone 2016's Ratchet and Clank for PlayStation 4, as well as an extended free trial of Funimation for new subscribers to the anime service. The SIE started Play at Home back in April of 2020 in the very first weeks of COVID-19 pandemic and the shutdowns, sheltering orders and quarantines it brought to the United States and Europe. The company then offered Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, and Journey to everyone as an incentive to stay home and maintain social distancing. SIE also set aside $10 million to help its independent development partners struggling financially against the effects of the global pandemic. So in marking that tradition, Ryan said, Jim Ryan has said the game and the Funimation offer were thank yous to the PlayStation community for doing their part. Ratchet & Clank will be available beginning March 1st and free on PlayStation Store throughout June. More details will come regarding the length of the Funimation trial, and that offer will begin March 25th.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna close with this one, which I would have said it as rumors, but there seems to be a report. Uh, Nintendo to release Switch with a larger OLED display and 4K support. Stop me if you heard this. Nintendo is
I'm
reportedly
stopping you now
working
'cause I've
on
heard
a.
this.
Was that?
I said I'm stopping you now because I've heard this.
Yes, I know.
I'm just kidding.
Nintendo's reportedly working on a new iteration of its Switch console that will feature a larger touchscreen OLED display. As reported by Bloomberg, the revamped device will come equipped with a 7-inch 720p OLED display manufactured by Samsung and will also support full 4K graphics when docked. For the sake of comparison, both the Switch Lite and original Switch offer the same 720p resolution as the rumored upgrade, but features a smaller 5.5-inch and 6.2-inch touch displays, respectively. So a 7-inch display, that's a market improvement, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
The market price of the rigid OLED panel Nintendo has opted for has fallen in price due to an oversupply. So the deal will seemingly benefit both Nintendo and Samsung. The latter which now be able to solidify production plans. Yoshio Tamura, co-founder of display consultancy DSCC, told Bloomberg the new display should, quote, consume less battery and offer higher contrast and possibly faster response time when equipped to the Switch current liquid crystal display, when compared, to the current Switch LED. People familiar with the project claims Nintendo hopes the new device will boost demand in time for the holidays and that Samsung will begin mass production in June with a target of getting its displays to assemblers in July. Nintendo recently raised its fiscal forecast of that. We don't talk marketing crap. Okay. So yes, a Switch Pro. We've heard it. We've heard it many times.
Many a times, yep.
If it's one of those, well, it sounds like the logical step. Also sounds very duh, but nobody could put a pin on, okay, when is it getting released? Everybody will say, okay, now it's a year. Okay, now it's a year. Okay, now it's a year. Well, according to how the market has been, apparently there has been an oversupply of OLED panels, and I mean, Samsung needs to get rid of them. Nintendo could use them and could realize something because, yes, the Switch have been selling like gangbusters. Guess what? A lot of people have Switches already. If they want to continue keeping that growth, this will be the perfect time to get those Switch owners to step it up.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, I forgot to mention a particular game that I actually have been playing.
Oh, too late. Leave it for next week.
I want to leave it for next week. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's Ghosts and Goblins. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
so
you did.
I'm gonna miss on that. You guys are gonna have to. I'm still on it, so I'll give a full report next week. Remind me, please, because I'll probably forget if I don't play it as often. Because fucking Division.
Write it down. I think that would probably.
I know,
be the
right?
way.
I know, right? So yeah, Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Pro. Sure, bring it. Better. What do you call? Battery life, which I feel is important. Also, I
can't even take it out of the dock, but yeah, I mean it can be helpful for those who do.
Yeah. You don't take it out of the dock. I take it rarely when I play. I don't play the Switch often, but I feel like when I do, I discover that, oh yeah, this is fantastic. This actually gives me some great experience. I mean, freaking Mario Odyssey was amazing, and there are other games. So
Good stuff.
That is good stuff. I just wanted to mention this real quick, but I'm not gonna double it on it because a lot of the news is more geared towards like investors. But it's just to say that Microsoft's ZeniMax buyout has been completed. So it's listed as realized by investors. So that usually means that regulators gave the okay on it, and everything seems to be a go.
Awesome.
So,
My
or
last
is
piece,
so.
my last piece, guys. I actually checked out an expo. This was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It's called New Game Plus Expo. This is their second year, believe it or not. It is a publisher showcase. It showcases a lot of
Publishers.
your, huh?
Publishers.
No games. It showcases games, but a lot of your double A, a lot of Japanese games.
Oh.
So it was
Those not the game trash.
no,
That's
I
not
wouldn't go
true.
that
That's
far,
not true.
yeah.
I don't think that at all. I don't think that. No. I've
So,
heard of this episode.
They,
So-
for instance, they had Arc System Works was there, and they were showing off their new fighting game. Fuck, what's his name?
Gears.
Yeah,
Guilty
Guilty Gear. Yeah, they were
something
showing it
or
off.
other. Dark
Um,
is super excited about it and super disappointed to the fact that it got delayed to June.
Delayed, yeah, they get delayed, yeah. Indie Creates is there as well, and they were showing off one of their games. I can't remember what it was, but so these are some of the NIS America, and Gung Ho America. You may have heard of these, but anyway, it was a cool little showcase. It's cool to see some of the other stuff that are not normally the big showcase that you would have at an E3 or Game Awards, something like that. It was cool. The one takeaway that I did have of it, Suda51 is bringing back his the Silver Case and the 25th Ward, which are two of his earliest games. Silver Case originally came out in 1999. Its sequel, the 25th Ward, in 2005. He's bringing these back as remasters, and it is coming to Switch, and I believe it's coming to everything else as well. But this particular one here is highlighting the Switch. And so anyway, it was cool to see it. The type of game it is, I'm not sure if I'm into it, but I'm kind of curious about it. I love
51, you wanna
finding.
see.
Yeah, I love finding these new random things, and this was his first game, so he's just remastering and then bringing them back. So anyway, so that's really it. Cool little expo. Probably was like 40 minutes long, and then from there you had a lot of the developers coming up and showing off their game and stuff like that. So it felt like a micro E3, if you will, a micro E3. It's like, okay, I can kind of see how the E3 would work in this environment. You know what I mean?
You're
I can
like,
kinda see
okay, I'll take whatever I can get.
whatever you guys can give me, I'm here. This is a Japanese crazy game. All right, fine. I'm
I'm
into
okay
it.
with it.
It looks
I'm
cool.
into
Yeah, I'll bite. But anyway, that's all we got for news today, guys. Just hold on. We'll be right back with our hot
Hot
topic.
topic.
I think we are officially back, guys, and it is now time for our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic! By the way, I just realized you don't need to raise the volume more when we play the music because I just raised my volume and that was the problem.
Okay, all right, so we figured that part out. Okay,
Yes.
well, good to know.
We're
good
figuring
to know.
the logistics of how we're gonna do this. The first time we're gonna do a musical hot topic of the week. Yes, you heard right. Matt Dog and I are gonna be singing and reprising all our favorite battle themes that we can come up with.
Yep. So so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with, because I only have 6, and Mr. Santos here has more than that. So whenever you are ready, sir, you can send me the first one, and I can cue that bad boy up for you.
All right. So my first one.
So first of all, give a little background as to what essentially we're doing here. These are themes that they're battle themes. They can be you said questionable boss themes too if need be. But
Yeah,
basically our favorite ones, or at least the ones that are most memorable.
I the idea of this topic is like I said at the beginning, in gaming you tend to it's all about sections of the game that get you pumped and get you want to do the thing you need to do. In most cases, that thing that you need to do is battles, right? So a good battle music could make for a good element of the gameplay. Not necessarily make the gameplay itself, but it definitely it enhances it definitely. So I want to highlight some of my personal favorites, and then you're gonna highlight some of your personal favorites. In my case, I have I picked up 8 of the ones that I could remember. These are not necessarily these are the ones that I think are the best of all time. These are the ones that come to mind. Unfortunately, in my particular case, most of them tend to be RPG related because those are the memory music. That's not the music that you tend to remember because it get played over and over and over on each encounter, but not all of them. So anyway,
Fair enough.
unless you steal a particular one that if you do, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with this one. Matt is gonna be DJing, and then we're gonna play anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds. If we feel, or if you feel, Mad Dog, that it could go a little longer because of whatever reason, you're welcome to. But it's just like a pick,
Okay.
and maybe after that, explain a little bit, short explanation of why you picked that particular one.
All right. So
So
let's cue it up and get that bad boy going.
this is the first one,
Oh, okay.
courtesy of me. Here we go. Is it playing?
It is. You don't hear it?
I don't hear anything.
No. Oh,
No.
Hold on. Let me go back here. See what happened. Freaking. Let's see.
It was working before on the test.
Yeah. Let's stop sharing and let's just start up again. Of course, it would mess up with us when we're
Yeah.
trying to get it going live.
We're trying to
right?
get it official. Yeah.
Okay. So let's try that again and see how we go. And let me just bring it back.
All right.
Let me raise the volume.
Just
just in case.
There we go.
I don't know what to say. I can't stop looking at this.
I know.
Oh,
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Well, please explain, a little bit at least.
23 seconds. I need to have the skewy the skewy one there. So I tell you, I played this game. This is actually from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. One of the first, if not, I believe might have been the first Nintendo DS RPG, Mario RPG, I should say, that I played. And I played this after years and years of having played Super Mario Superstar, or whatever it was called, the original
All-Star?
All-Star. No, the original Super Nintendo one. Not, it was not
Oh,
All-Star. It was
Super Mario World.
Legend of the Seven Stars, I think it was.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Super Mario RPG?
Super Mario RPG, yes,
yeah.
Super Mario RPG. So, and I love Super Mario RPG. I was excited to hear that another game was coming out. I thought it was gonna be kind of like the same. It ends up being a little bit different, but super endearing, super funny. And I don't know if you guys got to see the
dancing?
the dancing, but that dancing was also which I was reprising also. But that is actually when you're making your selections in the menu, that's what they're doing. They're dancing like that, and the monsters are on the side, and they're dancing like that. And then you make your selection, and then Mario goes in and attack, or Luigi goes in and attack, depending. But in the meantime, they go back and they resume dancing like that. And it's just so funny. So that is my number 8, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, what is your number 7, sir?
All right. let me bring my number 7. Because, and actually, you know what? I should have actually had this a little bit more prepared, but here we go. I'm going to share with you right now. I should be sending you all of this, sir. I'm so sorry.
No more
Here we
bar.
go.
Just we'll go.
Here we go. You can play
All
that
right.
from the very beginning.
Okay, we're hitting it right now.
Go.
Here's a wake and a breathe out, face reality, never be charity. The enemy, your buddy, covers all society. Can't run, bum down here, gonna
Show
fight.
me the time. Show me the time.
Like shadow 10 o'clock direction, seize the moment.
Keep it.
You run slow motion, give me motivation. Breathe out now and then on the rifle. Round up around, sit out, all over. Rhyme like a roll.
Okay.
Come in the crowd, watch out.
That was 45. That was 42 seconds, sir.
Oh,
The hook
just
the hook comes in a little bit later. I kind of, but it also the beginning was important because that beginning, that starts, is kind of like what you hear the most for the most part, because you tend to finish those fights. I mean, if you're OP, you tend to finish those fights really fast. But it just goes from there. This is Persona 3.
Mhm.
And is obviously, you guys know that Persona series, particularly Persona 3, is probably my favorite Persona game. It's a little bit more serious than Persona 4 and definitely more serious than Persona 5 was. And I like that for the first time I get to hear a battle theme on an RPG that is kind of rap. Like if you it's J-rap, which I don't know how great that is, but you hear the guy rapping on it, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, and it's kind of popish sounding, but very very entertaining. Definitely I put it on one of my favorites.
That is a good one. So all right, so I'm going to be able to go here since we're both at 6.
Yes.
So
Now we're even.
That we're even, yes. I'm going to start with the one that you already know. These are in no particular order. This is
no. Well, no, you're right. No particular order. You're absolutely
for me,
Right.
yeah, if you did. And that, of course, is the little title from. Well, actually, I'll just play it.
Okay. Oh God, this is so good. Leave it. No, leave it a whole minute. Give me the minute. So good. Oh.
I don't know where a minute was.
So good.
So
you have to learn how to
obviously-
do the fade out. You need to learn how to do the fade out.
Oh God. Okay. So
Dude, oh my God, that music is so good. I regret not remembering it, but it's okay because obviously you would have picked it, and I would have to hand it to you because you played that game more than I did.
So that is off of the very first Hotline Miami soundtrack. It is like the 4th or 5th level, and it is the Save the Girl level. And so you're going in, taking down everybody up and saving her. And it is, first of all, that game in itself, that music is like that music and that game go together in such a way that it's just it's just this 80s like
Absolutely.
drug fueled like freaking tech, this, oh my god, it's just the music of this game is, and Hotline Miami 2 is not far behind. It's also another good one, but yeah, whenever I think of Hotline Miami, that's the one thing. First of all, the music's the first thing that comes to mind, and then secondly, that's the first song that comes to mind. So yeah,
Oh.
man, Hotline Miami, what you got next, sir?
That was fantastic, and I love that stage of jumping in and guns blazing or taking fools out. You're trying to save your junkie girlfriend or whatever. It's so good.
It's the most violent 8-bit game I've ever played.
Indeed it is. Indeed it. I need to go back to that game because that game's so good. Anyway, here's my next one, and now this might actually come as a little bit of a surprise, but Final Fantasy 13 is a garbage RPG. It is, no doubt. But the music of it, especially the battle music, I feel the soundtrack overall nails it. Like the soundtrack is really, really good, despite its upbringing. Go ahead and play the battle theme.
The battle theme.
Yeah, that's the main battle theme, basically. Leave the clock so I can see it. Keep it. Wait a second. That was the bar, man. That was beautiful, by the way. Beautiful. If I tell you keep it, just keep it. If I tell you it's good, it's good. Dude, especially that part. You left that at the right part, so thank you for that. I was afraid that one was gonna get deleted. Like I said, it's the good thing that this game has is the actual battle system. The battle system is actually very different to other Final Fantasy games, and I thought I wasn't liking it at first, but I found myself really liking it because it makes you make decisions like on the spot, really, really fast, but you still feel like you're in control of your choices, and the action looks really cool when it's performing it. A shame that Final Fantasy, that the story itself was totally forgettable,
Garbage.
yeah, unfortunately. But the music, man, the music was all right. I can actually show you more examples of Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack in general, where you see how good it is. But yeah, this one, the battle system is definitely good.
Awesome. All right. So my next one here is an oldie but goodie. Back from the PlayStation 1 days that I remember playing this game, and it is pretty tight. So this is essentially the battle that you fight with Kain in this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. I would
Uh,
say.
that is, first off, Legacy of Kain is one of those games where I'm like, I don't know who owns it. Someone please bring back these titles.
Remake it.
Yes, please. Soul Reaver was one of my favorites. You play as the child of Cain, and you end up he ends up killing you at the very 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 beginning, and then it's a mission to revenge at that point basically.
Wow.
And so, and this is towards the end with the battle against him, and at the end, it also plays at the beginning too. I'm not mistaken, but it is. I don't
It
know,
gets you
man. It's
pumped.
just
It gets
huh?
you pumped. Let me
It
tell
does.
you. It gets
You
pumped.
realize you're about to like shit's about to go down. You know what I mean? It's just like yeah, it's exactly the feeling that you need, and it delivers.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's Legacy of Kain, and the title is called Ozar Midrashim, whatever that.
That's Klingon for the song is cool. Um, my my next one, as you guys can see on the screen, should come as no surprise. Actually, it's a little surprising to me because I thought I liked the music, the battle music of the first Bayonetta game more than the second, considering that I like Bayonetta 1 more than the second. Not to say that the second one was bad in any way. It's just, as a sequel, it kind of suffers to the former. But I actually think that so the thing with Bayonetta is that the music is not gonna be this like heavy metal rock and rolling thing. It's gonna be like she is supposed to be like this very stylish like model or like crazy fashionista, and her music is gonna reflect that. So when you hear this, which is probably we're gonna have to play it probably to the 50th mark if unless you will notice that it is not your typical battle music, and that's what I really like it. Yeah, that's why I really like it because it's not your standard Legacy of Kain music, for example.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
And here we
All
go.
right. Here we go.
Tomorrow's mine. You awoke me, unleashed the fire in my heart. I will dance and I'll defeat them through the light and the dark. Your mistake was to underestimate my power. Won't let go of the fight till tomorrow's mine. All the night, dancing through the fire around me, I'll never stop. You've been high, now I'm in the mood for a fight. You won't know what hit you when I've been around with you in my dust and bang bang down down again. It's my desire going for the win. Tomorrow is mine. You better run. Don't wait, here I come.
Nice. I like the fade out. All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm trying here. I'm trying.
You get to be a much better DJ. I'm impressed. So as you heard, it is a very unlike battle theme. Actually, this is the song that is playing while you're fighting the angels. Actually, because on top of that, you're fighting angels. I think I don't want to give too much of the story. You should play it. Bayonetta 2 is great.
Okay. To me, it sounds like the end credits of a anime. Some sort of anime.
Yes, it can
It
very well.
probably.
It can very well play as it. Yes. That song, by the way, called, as you can see, it's called "Tomorrow Is Mine."
Tomorrow is mine. Okay, so my next one, guys, here is a very recent one, as you can see, and I'll let it play, and it's probably gonna kind of mess with some folks because you just don't see this particular song coming from this
They just heard "Tomorrow Is Mine." Don't worry, they're prepared for everything
at this point.
at
Yeah.
this point.
Oh, I guess it would help to have the volume up.
Probably. Damn, son, that's a battles music. So
Yes.
is this a boss fight or is this
This
just
is an
regular-
actual boss fight, and this is a boss fight
Wow.
with the Lord of Cinder. The Lord of Cinder. This is the last boss in the first Dark Souls, and
Wow.
it's just not what you expect to be playing. So when you've taken on many of bosses, you at this point it's usually the same theme that they have going. The rest of the game, there's no music. There's like 2 locations where there's some music playing. That's it. The rest of the time you're just hearing because that's all you hear. It's just you going through the level. And then of course you have your boss fights, and then you get to this one, and it's just this really sad, somber song.
Yeah.
And
That's the
you
vibe
have
that I
the
got from it.
Lords of Cinder coming at you, in his desperation. Once I got a chance to understand the lore, I got it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh man, that really makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So
That was
really cool.
powerful. I
Yeah.
really like that. I really like that. That was actually really cool. I try not to bring and game battle themes, but then I was like, no, man, because you cannot not have them. I mean, because some of them are super memorable. I would say like this one kind of gives me a bit even more respect that I already have for Dark Souls. Oh, next one. My next one. Again, bringing it on the wagon of no. Trust me, Final Fantasy 13 has good music. In this case, it's Final Fantasy 13 2 because they have sequels. Final Fantasy 13 2 regular battle theme of everyday monsters, and I really like this one. Check it out.
Okay, checking it out. Let me make sure the volume's up. Yeah.
From there, it was like probably 5 seconds of just going back on that loop. Tin, 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 tin,
Gotcha.
tin, 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 tin. And what I really like about this music is that it just pumps you up for those battles. Final Fantasy 13 2 had a little bit of a change on the Final Fantasy 13 battle system. It was still equally cool, and I also like that it was the 2 characters, and then there was you could recruit like an enemy, an enemy monster to fight alongside with you. Like it
Gotcha.
almost reminded me of, was it Final Fantasy 8 that had or a Final Fantasy game that had the power that you could recruit a monster or use their powers?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 8.
8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of using the power, you use the whole monster basically. The whole monster was fighting with
okay.
you, and all of them will have like different well, they will fight very differently. They will fight the same way they will fight you, but now against them, which was a pretty cool mechanic. I tell you, that game kind of surprised me. I really like Final Fantasy 13 2 more than I like Final Fantasy 13, definitely. And that game had a very live, like feel good vibe until the end, which for some reason it became dark, and it's like, what? Wait, what? You're leaving it like this? Like it leaves you on a cliffhanger. There is like, oh shit. Like, it's an end game basically. A cliffhanger, not end game, but what was the previous one? The other one.
What do you mean?
The Avengers movie.
Oh, the Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
It was Infinity War and almost, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
My next one here should not come as a surprise to anyone who knows me. This particular crazy ass game is a crazy ass game. I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself.
That's really good. That's really good. I feel like that was a little bit of a comment because there's no way to miss with Supergiant Games any music.
Well, there's a few here that I'm like, but you're right. When I say a few, that's a handful. That's a fraction.
Yeah.
Supergiant Games, they are top notch when it comes to their music.
Yes.
But this particular Pyre to me to date, I think still has some of the best music, and this is the one, the Night Howlers. The first time you meet them, and this is during one of your events, your basketball events.
I know, right?
Yeah. No, there were ceremonies. I can't remember. There's a ceremony that you're doing, and so, which is also competition. But this is one of the ones that plays there, and it's one of the most memorable. And I freaking love it. So
I will not disagree with that. I think that's the music of that game in general is amazing. That was a really good pick. How many more do you have left, sir?
Let me see. I have 2.
You have 2?
Yeah.
And then I go, and then you have 1. Okay, so shit, somewhere there I give an extra. Okay, so. This next piece, I'm actually going to start this one at a particular point, just because this one is long. The whole thing is amazing, is epic, but it will. There's a particular section that I want you guys to listen to, and I'm hoping that I clocked it right. If not, just let it play a little bit. That's fine, do me a solid. Don't take it away. You're gonna know when you hear. It's probably gonna.
Oh, it's gonna be recognizable. Okay.
Yeah, or it should be. Maybe. Here we go. This is Final Fantasy 14 cross.
Okay.
Nier Automata. And this is the final boss. You have, the final boss of it.
All right, playing from here.
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is actual battle too.
This one's gonna take a little bit because I think I put it way behind. Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Why you took it out like that?
Oh no, because it was freezing on me, so I'm like, what the heck's wrong? And I clicked, and then because I clicked on
No,
the
I
screen,
get
it
it.
paused it. Yeah.
That's fine. No, no. Actually, the part the part that I wanted you to listen was
Was that
What?
the vocals?
that. Well,
Yeah.
the vocal. You get to the vocals, yes, but you also get the point where they make. First of all, this song. It's probably not gonna be recognizable to you, even though you beat the game. This is the end song of of um of Nier Automata, but obviously like vocalized and stuff like that. There's a song. It's called "The Weight of the World," which is just played by one. It's just a lady singing. This one, it's like a epic orchestrated version of it with like a bunch of vocals. But what I really like is the way that they mix the song with the music from Final Fantasy itself.
Okay.
I don't know if you captured if you heard it, but like you noticed that as it was going, probably like 15 seconds. Do 15 seconds back only, just to see if you could catch it. Um, if you can. Yeah, that's right there, right there. You don't have to go too far. Like right here.
Yeah, the battle theme. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I got you. The what does they call it? It's not the fanfare. It's I hear it. It's the thing you hear at the very beginning of Final Fantasy. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, the prelude. Yeah. Like it go like in
Yeah.
the beginning of every Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It has that. Dude, oh my god, the moment I heard like I personally haven't played this. I've played Final Fantasy 14, yes, but I haven't played this section, this expansion, this part. But being a fan of Nier Automata and remembering that song, really liking the original version of Weight of the World,
Mhm.
I was super enamored, with that. And then I heard this, and dude, just goosebumps, just freaking goosebumps. The moment they start playing the prelude of Final Fantasy, oh, it's so good.
Actually, I'm gonna say I was kind of memorized. Like I don't do MMOs, but looking at the action, I knew what was going on. And then when you see the group all run together like that off to the right, I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool. I can see why people would get into that, but I don't have the time really.
No, they're super super fun, and I want to go back, especially after seeing this. I think I have my credit card almost at the ready, but I remember that. Oh yeah, it's not gonna cost me money. It's gonna cost me time. I don't have time. I have the money. I don't have the time.
I hear that. My next piece, guys, is
Oh god. Oh
yeah.
This is a good one.
This is confronting myself, which in many ways has so many. Has so many connotations from what's in the game, and if you haven't played Celeste, then I don't know what the hell's wrong with you guys.
Confronting myself.
That entire
Oh,
game
so
has really
good.
good music.
So good.
Lena Raine is the one who does I think the entire soundtrack. I'm gonna say she does it, and it is really really good. The game is hard as balls, although you can adjust it to make it easier, but it is hard as balls. But this song and where it plays in the game just
Uh,
literally gives you that I can do this. And that's something she says literally at the very beginning of the game. I can do this. You know what I mean? And that's literally the developers telling you, hey, you can do this. You know what I mean? And so, and then you think of the name of the song, Confronting Myself, because there are times that you go, man, fuck this game. You know, I can't take it anymore. But then again, you confront yourself and you're like, you know what? No, I can do this. And so that's
I
one of
love
my faves.
that was a very good pick, and I knew because Celeste does have really good fucking music.
Yeah, for sure.
My next, sir. How many more you have?
I only have one more, sir.
You only have one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Okay, this is gonna be a difficult one. All right. I have two.
I know you should have to. Yeah. It was ending on you. Yeah.
Oh, it was ending on me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so this next one is I really love this game, and I really hold on. Let me send it to you, obviously, and I really dig what they did with this particular. Well, with you'll see what I mean.
Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead and play.
I'm already digging it.
This particular one of all the ones, I loved it.
We're already digging it, and we're going with it.
All right.
That's a great choice. What can be said about that?
Axiom Verge, ladies and gentlemen. That game is full of amazing compositions. For a game that is supposed to mimic a Super Nintendo game on steroids, they freaking nailed it with the vocals on this one at the beginning. I love entering this particular area of the game. I think it was the most explored. Not because I felt like I was missing something, but because I wanted to get that music.
Yeah. The game itself has a lot of great themes. And you know what, man? Hats off to Thomas Hatt, man. This is a one-man show. You know what I mean? This is literally the video game equivalent of a one-man show.
Yes.
Made the game, got the music and everything together, did the writing, and top-notch. Good. That's an excellent choice.
Phenomenal. Thank you. I was tired of embarrassing with my Final Fantasy.
Stop it. Oh my God.
I still have one more of my sleeve though, and I guess that will be my final one.
Yeah. All right. So this one here should come.
You
as...
motherfucker!
Don't tell me it's the same one.
Yes, it's the same one. You motherfucker!
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That says it all.
This is where we end it. This proves.
Yeah.
Proves that this is the best battle song of all of them. You know, this
Period. Period.
Period.
Good one.
We might as well play just fucking let it play as long as you want. I don't care. You can have my. No, sir. No, sir. Because you still have mine. You stole mine, and mine is the exact same one.
You know,
It is
I did say that my list, and it's true. I didn't have it in a list from from top to bottom, but
you
I
wanted to
did
leave that one.
purposely leave this one for the end.
I know. Me too. Me too. I wanted to close with this one. That's why I kept asking you, sir, how many you have? Because if it was gonna end with you, I was just gonna throw another one just to throw the number off. It's like, oh yeah, I'll throw this one. Like I have Final Fantasy the 9 battle music at the ready just in case I needed it. So, but you know what you're gonna do now, right? Now you're gonna play my version of it,
Oh,
which
okay.
is
Send it to me.
I did.
Oh,
I just
okay,
put,
okay.
it's
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's the same, but it's different. You'll see why.
Oh, it has the vocals. Yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure. Oh,
Mute the
keep
mute.
forgetting
mute.
volume. Hello.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain. Someday.
That is
Oh.
too good. And honestly, I can't even think of a better way to freaking
No,
end this,
that
right?
was
'Cause-
that was phenomenal. That was so tell me a little background. Why is this such a special? And then I'll give you my take, and then we'll bring it
Oh,
to
dude.
what.
First off, I am a huge fan of James Bond, obviously. And if you don't see the connection, then see yourself out because you have no idea what the hell is wrong with you. But no, it is. First off, it's my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. I never play 4, but I from what I know of 4 or what is there,
You're not wrong.
I would probably enjoy 4, but I don't think it would
Double
take
3,
take 3. 3 is to me one of the most complete, even though it branches out from there before and after, one of the most complete Metal Gear Solid stories, and well done, still with its crazy characters, and that theme song is legendary.
It's legendary.
And that
Epic.
literally puts many movie soundtracks to shame. You know what I mean?
I
To
will
shame. Yeah.
I will
So that's
agree.
why.
I think, I mean, it's always been a tussle for me of which Metal Gear is the better one. Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Because I really enjoy them all. But if I had to pick, like, I think you put it perfectly. One of the most complete packages. One of the most, and I will even go as far as to say grounded stories. Because yeah, it goes Kojima nuts, but it doesn't go way too into the craziness of like 4 and then whatever 5 was, and then and I feel like 2 was cinematic, but this one it was the combination of amazing story told with a great soundtrack with that freaking theme song that gets played that it opens with that.
Mhm.
And it also plays at the end where you have the battle against against the boss.
Against the boss.
Which was phenomenal because here's the character basically his mentor, this ultimate fighter, close quarters combat fighter. CQC, yes, the CQC. And I mean, and you having to like you almost have this or Snake has this almost like this infatuation with her, this deep connection, and having to fight her at the end and having this music playing in the background is just gut-wrenching. And you're absolutely right. This is a James Bond theme if I've ever heard one.
Yeah,
if I ever heard
so
one.
On the nose, yeah.
You know how I also it also brings me memories of Metal Gear Solid 4, believe it or not, because in Metal Gear Solid 4, at the very end when you're fighting Liquid Snake, the like it's funny because as you're fighting, it gives you like a medley of all the end boss fights until that, to the point where even the life meter it changes to the style of the life meter on the original Metal Gear, and as it continues going down, it changes to Metal Gear, so it puts the music of Metal Gear Solid 2 to when it gets to Snake Eater. And it changes the look, and it's Snake Eater again, and you're like, no, I can't do this. This is so awesome. So yeah, man, this is shit. Sure. I had it saved for the end of life, and of course, it just goes to prove this was not planned.
Absolutely. This is not planned. I had no idea what was on his. He had no idea what was on mine.
Nope.
Except for when we were testing it, he heard the moon song from Hotline Miami. But other than that, he did not know anything that I had going on. But you're right. It's a testament. It's a testament to that particular theme. Which is it's both the theme of the game and is the battle theme with boss. So yeah, it's top notch. But all right, guys. Well, that wraps up another awesome episode of GG's a Mouthful Podcast, the real episode 253. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please go to goodgame.rocks, join the conversation there, and of course, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with everyone. This is Mad Dog signing off this week, saying, I don't know, praise the sun again. We'll praise the sun again.
You're never ready for that one.
I'm not. Yeah.
Never. It almost sounds like you are, but you're never. I'll tell you what. I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm with the flopjack face with a turning fork does a raw blink on Harakiri Rock. I need Caesars. 61.
Oh my God! If you guys don't know what that is, again,
look it up. Just look it up.
See yourself out.
Just look for Caesars 61, and it'll all make sense. I need Caesars 61.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. GG!